San Antonio police say a fatal officer-involved shooting was accidental. Presbyterian leaders in San Antonio decry a false Ted Cruz endorsement as fraud. And a UTSA forum confronts difficult free speech questions. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Thursday, October 25th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Authorities say an altercation on the west side between neighborhood menudo vendors and occupants of a known drug house set in motion the events last week that ended in a fatal police shooting. An SAPD report released Wednesday says an officer accidentally killed 18-year-old Charles Roundtree when a companion tried to pull a handgun on police. The shooting occurred at about 1 a.m. on October 17th at 217 Roberts Street, after police responded to a claim of assault by one of the menudo cooks. According to the report, the fatal confrontation occurred as police approached the partially open front door and found two men inside. Roundtree, who apparently was not armed, was killed by a shot to the chest fired by Officer Steve Casanova. The shot was intended for another man who was identified in the report as SP2, who was armed and disregarded police commands. The report states that police recovered drugs, a rifle, and another handgun at the scene, but family members have disputed the claim that the shooting was accidental. Roundtree's mother, 33-year-old Patricia Slack, says authorities got trigger-happy and killed her son in cold blood. According to police, the dwelling is a notorious drug house and has spurred more than 50 police visits this year and more than 100 in 2017. Mission Presbytery, the San Antonio-based regional governing body of the Presbyterian Church USA, has condemned a political endorsement it says was fraudulently return-addressed as coming from one of its congregations. The unsigned two-page letter, which lists a swath of Christian conservative issues, was mailed with a flyer from the Faith and Freedom Coalition, urging support for U.S. Senator Ted Cruz's re-election, citing the Texas Republicans' support for President Donald Trump's agenda to build a border wall, defend the Second Amendment, and work to appeal the Affordable Care Act. Dated September 25th and bearing a Milwaukee, Wisconsin postmark, the letter laments the loss by religious conservatives of too many battles in spiritual warfare, saying students can no longer pray in school but can choose their gender and the bathrooms they use. Reverend Dr. Sally Watson of Mission Presbytery says the letter stands to hurt all of us by putting the church's tax-exempt status in question and has nothing to do with the Church of Jesus Christ, noting that the U.S. Postal Service and her denomination's Office of General Assembly have been alerted. And while recent incidents prompted the University of Texas at San Antonio's president to issue statements cautioning against student misconduct, legal experts told 150 students at a forum on free speech there that the school's relatively hands-off approach is appropriate. Panelists from the Texas Attorney General's office and the University of Texas system say UTSA policy does not interfere with student expression by requiring administration permission to hand out flyers, hold signs, or walk around campus in groups promoting opinions. A few students, meanwhile, stood in the back of the event holding signs protesting what they considered the university's ineffective response to hateful speech. A leader of the protest, 20-year-old junior Edward Nicholas Cruz, says the university didn't do enough last year when a banner was hung from a campus bridge displaying a neo-Nazi group's message. Among other issues, this month a physical altercation among students developed during a campus protest in favor of U.S. Supreme Court Justice nominee Brett Kavanaugh, which left damaged signs and an allegation of assault that UTSA police determined was incidental contact. And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Thursday, October 25th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.